Although I gotta say, this level also has what I think is pretty much the most clever trap into the whole game. We're looking forward to this one. Oh, and welcome to another maze. Do you like mazes? Because I really like them, and for some reason this one has a million of random power-ups. And the moment that you get a dog mode or a gun mode, you're pretty much set for the entirety of the journey, because when you're a god or a dog, you do not pick up negative power downs. Negative power downs. Congratulations, genius. How about simply power downs? Because if it's a negative power down, it's gonna be helpful. Thank you, this has been a grammatical lesson. So, when I was talking about parts that were completely dumb, well, congratulations, you've got it, but thankfully it's finally over. I was not expecting this part to be handy over soon, because I honestly do not remember how long this maze section is, but thankfully we finally found our way out. I just simply do not understand the reason of this maze to be, because it has no purpose whatsoever, because there's a shit ton of power downs, but who cares if you get any of them, considering that there's no enemies, there's no traps, no anything. Basically, you're just wandering around and you're stumbling like some sort of moron who cannot find a way or is clue. So essentially, we found out a section that stoners, gods, dogs, and finally bouncy people do not like. And here's another seemingly pointless section, but once that you see the auto map, it gains a brand new meaning. It's a message written into the font that is used into the Commander Keen games. I think it's called the Standard Galactic Alphabet, because I've never been able to read it, but supposedly it says Dopefish lives. And just in case that there are a few people out there who do not know what the Dopefish is, well, it's an enemy in the game Commander Keen 4. It appeared into one of the levels, and it was an enemy that a lot of people liked, especially Joe Sigler, who even made a website in order to do a proper tribute to the fish. And well, I'm gonna talk more about the Dopefish into a later update, considering that the entirety of episode 4 will be dedicated to the Dopefish, considering that there's a command line into this game that allow you to change some stuff about the game, and I will be playing the entirety of episode 4 with the Dopefish command line, just in order to spice things up. And as far as the story goes, basically, well, Tom Hall decided to, he wanted all of his level designers to not put in any kind of messages into the game, considering that, well, it kind of looks dumb to do, but, well, Joe Sigler was pretty much, oh, can I put this message into this font that only like 5 or 10 people can read? And was like, yeah, sure, whatever. So here we go, we have a message in gibberish into this game. So in general, what I think that this level, pitfalls. Okay, what I wanted to say again? Pitfalls! Okay. I think I wanted to talk about pitfalls. I don't know, I'm not sure. But, yeah. While this level, I'd say it's a good level, there's one big problem with it, and it's basically, this level do not know when to quit. This level isn't bad, but it's too long. There's just way too much filler material into it, and it probably should have shortened a little bit, just in order to make it flow a little bit better, considering that the trick forward to the hierarchy is pretty much the most tedious part about this whole level, because once you get the key, well, basically you just have to go through 2 different elevators before you're finally able to leave, and finally, this section is not even that hard. I mean, all the enemies are behind glass. They can't even do anything unless that you break the glass yourself. It's like, these are pretty much emergency morons. You have to break the glass in order to let them loose and satisfy whatever you have to do, because, well, the concept of emergency moron is only available in really large enterprises, because you just hire a whole bunch of big people that are dumb and will do anything that you want them to do. So hey, what do you know? That's the story of this game. I mean, just give those people a whole lot of chain gun ammo, grenades, and just make it so that their armor can somehow stand 1,000,000 of shots before they finally die. Finally, we have access to the iron key, which means that we can pretty much exit this level, but first we have to backtrack through 2 different elevators. Oh boy, do I love backtracking. I really love... backtracking so much! Yeah! Okay, it's not really that bad. Oh, come on! 2 elevators later, and there's still another one. Please, no music. Oh, thank you. I really don't want to see any more elevators into this look. Oh, fuck me. Why? Why? Why is there so many elevators? We need all of these elevators. And finally, who will want to go through all of these elevators? Me, obviously. So let's recap. We had a push wall maze earlier for the 3-hub, we had the random power-up maze, and now we have an elevator maze. Great. So, one of these elevators will lead you to where you need to go, the rest of them are decoys. Especially this one! Oh god, that's not an elevator! Yeah, it actually is an elevator. Because you see, they're currently building it. We're just gonna go into it in order to see. Yeah, I told you, this is how elevators work into this game. They go sideways. And that pretty much was the clever trap of this level. I really enjoyed this trap. For some reason, well, the first time that I saw this, I pretty much was like, oh my god, there's not supposed to be enemies in there. And there were. Basically, you know that you found the right elevator if it takes a sufficiently long amount of time for the elevator to come here, because if it comes really quick, it just means that the elevator was just really close. And yeah, I really like this room too. There's a shit ton of flame walls, and it's impossible to get any of them because you have to crawl in there as a god, as a dog, but hey, the dog is a god. Never forget. But yeah, you can only get in there as a dog, and finally there's no way out if you grow back, and yeah, this whole passageway is useless, by the way. It's only more god or dog or yeah. So this level has inescapable traps, because if you grow back into one of the rooms with the flame wall, you're trapped in there and there's no way to kill yourself, so you basically have to kill yourself by cheats. And here we go, we got an Elasto maze too. Yeah, we've got every kind of mazes that there could be. But at least we have Elasto mode. Oh god, that's not really what I needed, but hey, at least I have an asbestos armor, so it's not as if this is going to be much of an issue. To hell with patience, I'm gonna bounce my way to victory, and there's nothing that you can do to stop me. Unless, of course, my asbestos armor runs out before my Elasto mode, which didn't happen, but thankfully. And guess what? We're back at the beginning. Yeah, the exit was right next to the beginning of this level. Another clever thing, I gotta say, this was a huge as hell level, and yet the exit was just at the very next room. But it also means that the whole level was backtracking. So anyway, these are all of the robot models that were used for the game, which were all made by Gregor Punchats. You can see the patrol robot, the turret, the ballistic craft, the 4-way turret, and... oh god, no. Oh god, no, not this one.